Okay, so hello everyone. My name's Anne, and I'm gonna be one of your instructors today. So I'm currently in my 4th year in CAT, School of Interactive Arts and Technology at SFU, and my focus is more onto design and art. So I'm currently a product designer as well, and also working on the side gig, which is a travel planning app. So I have been using Figma for I think around 3 years. The first time I used it was I think it was in a web design class, and I just started using it ever since. And right now, Figma has gotten a lot better. And I see that there's like a trend going on in the industry that everyone's switching to Figma now for designing and prototyping. So I think it would be a really beneficial workshop for you if you really, kind of interested in learning more about kind of like product design or UI UX design, or just like, Figma is generally good for very basic, simple illustration as well. So yeah, it can do a lot of things, and I'm really excited to be here and try to share it with you guys. And then today, I also have someone helping me, kind of leading the session. And her name is Shell. So Shell, if you can introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. I'm also a CET student, which is Interactive and Art Technology. I'm a 3rd-year student here, and I've been interested in making UIs started from 2014. It's like 6 years ago. And when I find out Figma, it's a really good competitor to Sketch, and I switched to Figma and found out it's really simple to use and it's free. This is good to use, so I want to introduce it to everyone.
Okay, that's good. And then we have Jennifer.
Oh yeah.
Jennifer,
I guess
yourself.
I can do a little intro about SFSS, and then maybe the two of you can talk about TechBytes and what TechBytes even is.
Sure.
So about me, I'm the VP Student Life of the SFSS right now, and that means it's my job to host fun events and workshops like this. And some of you might be wondering about what even is the SFSS. I don't know if you've heard of us, or you've probably seen our logo somewhere and you just didn't think much of it. But basically, we provide a lot of services for all undergraduate students of SFU. There's 26,000 of you or something like that. So we provide the UPass, we help negotiate the health and dental plan. There's a food hub that's going on that we're a part of. So you basically get free groceries that you can sign up for. Pickup is in Convo Mall. And we just do a lot of cool and fun, engaging things for the students. If you want to learn more, you can just Google us or find our website, sfss.ca. I'm mostly interested in the events, so make sure to follow us on Instagram at SFSS_events, because that's where all the fun workshops and events will be posted. So that's it about me. Do you want to go over what TechBytes is and then get started with the workshop?
Oh yeah, sure. So TechBytes is a mentor, like a technical mentorship program that was basically set up by a CAT instructor, and she just kind of hired me to coordinate the whole thing. So what we do is that we give weekly workshops on design tools, or coding tools like Illustrator, Photoshop, Figma, like this one we're doing today. We also teach CSS and Java, helping with school project, or just any fun topics that we can come up with. So yeah, a lot of things, and we welcome all SFU students. So if Shell can throw in the Discord link to our channel really quickly, so that people, if people are interested, you can just join in, and if there's any workshops that really, that you're really interested in, you can join, or just, go in and share memes. I don't know, that's what we do. or that's what I'm trying to get people to do. So yeah, so that's basically what TechBytes is. So I'm gonna talk a little bit more about Figma. So I'm not sure if I just assume that this is a session for beginners. So I assume that you don't have a lot of knowledge about Figma yet. So Figma is actually a design and prototype tool that is very good within the context of collaborating. So that means that it works very similarly to how a Google Doc works. You can work on the same. So you don't have to download anything. You don't have to download like a software or anything. You can if you like. But the way it works that you can just get on their website, you create an account, and then you just create a file online, and then you can share the link to people so that people can join in and try to work on it together the way you do with Google Doc. So we're going to talk about that a little bit more until like how you do that in specific later. But basically, that's like the best thing about it. I'm sure it has other great things too, but that's what I really like about it. So yeah, with that said, we right now we're gonna send you guys a link to join the Figma file, and then you can just get in the file, and we're gonna move on to the next step. So the link should be in the Zoom group chat if you can see it. Okay, I see there are a few people here. That's cool.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, so I see Charles already trying to show you guys how to create your own page as well as kind of duplicate like the files you need to work with in these sessions. So I'm going to give people a little bit of time to get onto the link, and if you have any questions, feel free to like mute your mic and let us know.
So what you will do first is go to the left top, and you can right click on any student layer and duplicate it and change it to your name, so we know which layer are you using. Just right click to the student 1 or student 2 and duplicate it. Right click the page again to rename it. Nice. I've seen some people are doing that really great.
We have 14 participants, the 3 of us, minus 3 of us, should be 11 people. So we should have around 11 pages.
So to add the student layer that you're talking about, you want me to click on the menu bar, right? On the top left corner?
You can see there a red square in my screenshot. Right click there. Right click on any student layer.
Or just create a new page for yourself.
Not click the screenshot. I'm showing you on your left of the screen.
When I click on it, the bar comes up and then disappears, so it doesn't even give me time to click it. Because you're talking about clicking on the top left corner, right? But that menu bar doesn't pop up for me.
No, right click on the student name.
My screen doesn't have any of that left side. So
wait, how about that? Okay, everybody don't worry about it. Let me do that for you. Okay, let me do that for you. Sorry about that. You guys have to redo the retype your name, but it's fine. It's quick. I'll do it quickly. Okay. So how many students?
So we have 11.
11. Okay. So everyone can claim one template there. Okay.
The issue that I'm running into is that the left column that's showing up on your screen, that white band, does not show up for me. If I try to click that menu bar with the 3 horizontal lines, it glitches and disappears, so I can't click on it.
Oh,
yeah, that's what
I see. Are you using a Windows?
I'm using Chrome.
Okay. Is that on the Windows machine?
Yeah.
A PC?
Yeah.
It's probably a recent bug with Windows system. I would suggest you to close your Chrome and open it again and open this page again.
That's what I did already, and it still does that.
If it doesn't work, I think you can just download the Figma app. I usually don't like the web browser one anyway. The app might work a little better.
So just download one onto my computer?
Yeah, I also have an app for it.
Okay. Thanks, I'll do that and then try it.
Okay, if you search Figma app Windows, you will find out.
Yeah, and I'm updating the document with like every step that we're doing, so you can always catch up.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So it looks like everyone get their own page. Try not to edit the tutor page because everyone is duplicating this one.
Okay, that's good. So I'm just gonna go right in. So I'm gonna walk you through the agenda for today. So the first thing we want to do is we're gonna shortly introduce the interface to you. So we're just gonna go over it, like the left, right, upper toolbars, the main working space, learn about some basic tools, and overall just like get used to the interface. And then we're gonna go to the main thing we want to do today is to create some UI design, basically recreate some UI design using Figma. And then lastly, we're gonna introduce you to some extra tools and resources that you can find on the Figma community site. Okay, so now I think I kind of have to share my screen now.
Oh, sure.
So, okay. This one. Okay. Can everyone see my screen?
It's
I hope yes. Is it loading?
Yeah. It says.
Okay. Let me know when it's done loading.
Okay. Cool. It's done.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Okay. So I'm gonna quickly go over the interface. So as you can see, this is your main working space. So you can zoom in, zoom out. You can move it. It's very huge, so you have plenty space to work with. And then we're gonna go to look at the upper toolbars. So this is the black top toolbars over here that contains kind of like all the action items that you can perform within Figma. So the first icon you see on on the left, yes, on the left side is the menu bar. So the back to files mean you can go back to your files, or you have like a list of files. You can create new files, you can edit stuff, you can view stuff. So this is very basic. It's just like any other kind of menu bar. The second icon is it helps you if you click on something, if you select something, you can move it around. If you click onto the arrow next to it, you'll see that there's also another thing called scale. So this is also one great thing about Figma, that if you kind of choose to scale something, even if it's like a text or like a line, it will scale it to you. It will not just scale the container box or something like that. I can quickly show an example. So let's say I create a new text over here. Hi. Yes, that's hi. So you know how if you just try to resize it, it would just resize the container box. You don't want to do that all the time, right? So you want to select that thing. You click on scale or just hit K on your keyboard. and then you can do this. So this is very great, you guys. Actually, there's not a lot of software allows you to do this. I'm gonna do that quickly. The second icon we see over here is to create a frame. So a frame is like it's like your smaller working area. So if you want to create a screen for anything, you click on the frame and then it will show you like a set of presets here. So you can just pick one that already has the size that you want. The next icon is for you to create shape. So these are vector-based shape. So you can create like a lot of vector art. You can use it to, people use it to draw icons and, sometimes illustrations too, but not very common. And then we have the famous pen tools. So if you're already like familiar with Illustrator and Photoshop, you know what it is. Basically, you can just like, freely draw and create shape with it. And it's going to be vector-based shape as well. This icon is for you to create text, just like how I just showed you guys. This thing is to help you kind of move around within the interface. And then this is the one interesting thing. So it works very similar to how you leave comments on Google Docs. The difference is that you can pretty much, comment anywhere on the interface. So you just click on the icon, you click on somewhere you want to leave a comment, and then you can add something. If you post it, it will send a notification to every participant's email so that they kind of notified of like your activity. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's pretty cool, huh? Okay, in the middle, you see that there's a draft. So basically, it's just your project name. And then you can kind of like click on the name of the file over here and kind of change the name. Cool. Oh my God. Cool. I'm trying. Yes. Cool. And then on the right side, you see all the participants' kind of profile picture or avatar. So the cool thing about it is that you can view anyone. If I want to view your guys' kind of like working space, I want to see what you're working on. For example, I think it's Haley. I want to see what you're looking at. I'm just gonna click on your avatar, and then and then Figma will kind of like navigate me to your working space. So yeah, like even while you're doing this tutorial, if you like really want to look at what I'm doing, just click on my names over here, and then it will take you to like my working space, if that makes sense. And then we have the share buttons over here. So like I said, very similar to Google Doc. You can share by email, so you can allow them to either view or edit. You can share by, the link. So you can say anyone with a link or the people invited to this file can edit. So I gave you guys, oh my God, I didn't give you guys edit permission. Let me see. Right. So you can just kind of like come in and edit people permission on the file like this. Okay. Okay, there are a lot.
You can click on the can view on the top to can edit, and it will change the link.
I think it was can edit, but then when people join, it said it can view with a warning sign.
Yeah.
So I guess it's like it didn't work this time, which is okay. And then next to the share button, you have the preview kind of present button over here. So every time you create like something like a screen, you want to view it with an actual phone, let's say, you can click on that, and then we're gonna show you a little bit about that a little later. And then I'm gonna go quickly over this two bars over here. So you can see all the pages. Better for organization. You can see all your frames and your layers over here. So you have a frame here, and then within a frame you can have multiple like elements. So that's where you can also like change the name of the layer directly over here by clicking on yeah, like the name of the frame or the layer. I'm just gonna click out of this to stop adding comment. Okay, that's better. And if you look on the right toolbar, you will see there are three things, three tabs over here. So there's a design tab, which is the one that we're mainly concerned with. This session, we're just trying to show you how to design the screens. If you have time, we're gonna jump onto like trying to show you how to create some interactions, like an actual mock-up. And then the final thing is just to have you code if you do like web design or like this will create like a screen like this, and then your developer needs to go in and read the code. They can, they just have to select like an element on the page, and then they can like inspect it really quickly. So yeah, so that's pretty cool. I guess you all have some time to kind of get used to the interface. So now we just gonna kind of jump in and just talk about the example we're going to be trying to recreate today. So it's Spotify, these two screens that belong to the Spotify app. I chose Spotify because they also use Figma to manage the design system and to design their screens. So yeah, this is pretty much what you can create with Figma. So yeah, we're just going to try to mainly recreate this one first. There's a lot of elements, so it'd be good for like, it's gonna be good for, it's good teaching material. I don't know how to say this. Okay, so first thing I want to do is to create a frame. So this is an iPhone 8 screen. So let's go into navigate to the top bar. You see that frame icon. You better follow through. We're watching you. So yeah. So you click on that, and you go over here. Have to go back to design. Like I said, there's like a set of screens over here. You're going to click on iPhone 8, and then it will create like two. It will create like supposed to create like a screen for you that's in the size of iPhone 8 screen. Okay, so that's good. You got the screen right. The next thing you want to do is okay, so I'm going to show you a little bit of tip when you redesign. It's very, when we design, it's just like regular practice that you use something called a layout grid just to line things up, because you don't want to like, just put things on and then just like put it all over the place. So we have something we call creating a layout grid. They have a show layout. So you're going to click onto the frame you have. And then you're gonna look at the right side, like the toolbar on the right side. You're gonna scroll down a little bit. You're gonna look down a little bit, and then you're gonna see the tab called Layout Grid. You're gonna look at the right. There's like a add icon here. You're gonna add one Layout Grid. It will give you a grid like this. You can click onto it like this to kind of edit the size of the rectangles. So let's say I want 30, for example. I can also, if you look at the top, you can also choose to show grid or columns or rows. So this is good for, just any kind of design, UI, UX, magazine, poster, everything. Okay. I just wanted to show you that, but we're not going to use that for this session. So I'm going to go hide it. Turn it to hide, like a setting like this. You just have it on this icon over here. It got hidden. So for this session, we're not going to use that, but we're going to use something called the rulers to line things up instead. So you want to, I want to line things up with like my reference is measured over here. So I'm going to move it to like the bottom. Okay, underneath the screen, I want to recreate. So I'm going to do that first. And then, as you guys can see, I don't have the rulers here, so I'll explain what it means. So you're going to go to your top bar again, look at the left side. There's the menu, hamburger menu bar. You click onto it. You go to view. And then you're going to look for that rulers at the top. So it should be like the third option. So click on rulers. And then voila, I have two rulers over here. One horizontal and one vertical. Okay. So if you can see the rulers, if you can also see the rulers, anyone has any question about rulers? Anyone can do it? Yeah, no? Okay, I did assume that you could do it. What's the next thing you want to do is you want to drag so the part of the ruler is to create some guidance for you to follow through. For example, I want things to line up with what it has over here. I want the good evening text and the cards over here to be, on the right at the right position on my screen. So I'm gonna go pretty close, but not too close. Maybe that. And then I'm gonna drag out. I'm gonna hover over my rulers over here, the vertical one. And I'm gonna drag out a guidance. So when you drag out a guide, be careful. Try to drag it. Oh my god. Okay, I have to put it back now. It's something about my mouse. Okay. So when you drag out a guide, you can just hover over the guide to edit its position. Hover guide, you hover it don't hover into a frame like this. If you hover into a frame, it will just show you the ruler within the frame. That can be helpful in situation, but this time you want to have it outside, the gray working area instead, so that it shows you an universal guide. So let's say it should be over here. Yeah, okay, so that lines up. I also want to do the same thing on this side. Okay, it's pretty job. So, okay. So as you can see, I kind of have this thing lined up now. So I'm pretty sure that, okay, anything I put in, I'll try to squeeze them in within this area. Okay, so that's good for now. And then I'm gonna teach you how to create this kind of really cool gradient background over here. So you see, if you look at this background, there's a little purple on the top, and then there's a lot of dark gray at the bottom. So a gradient like this can be really helpful for drawing in people's attention. When you look at the page, the first thing you're gonna look at is a purple area over here. So, it adds a little bit of personality to the design other than just having the very dark background in the bottom. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna click on your iPhone 8 frame again. I'm gonna click on that. You're gonna go look at the right toolbar again, the design tab. You're gonna scroll down and then you're gonna see the fill tab. So this is where you can change color of the background of the shape. So you see, I have white right now. So if I want to change color, just click into it. So basically, if you look at the top here, there's a selection called solid. So it's currently in a solid. So if it's in a solid, any color you choose is just gonna be, basically if you will just solid base like this. We don't want that, we want a gradient. So something linear. There's a lot of settings that you can play around. These are really cool. But for gradient, you're gonna go with linear. And then you see it already kind of gives you a very cool gradient over here. It's just not in the color we want. So what I want to do is I'm gonna kind of change the color. So right now, as you can see, we have the top color selected. So it should be outlined with a blue like this. And then I'm gonna click on my eye dropping tool on the color pop-up. And then I'm gonna select the purple over here. Yeah, that's very bright purple. And then I got my purple here. So that's pretty cool. I'm gonna click on the bottom one to select, do the same thing. I'm dropping the dark gray underneath. And there you got it. You got the gradient. It just doesn't look exactly like what you want over here. The purple, it's just kind of a little bit in the corner over here. So what you can do is that you can actually change the direction of this thing. So you're just gonna move this thing up, like a little bit tilted. My mouse not working really well. Yeah, that's what you can do. You can also see that it's kind of like really dark all the way up to here. So you're gonna go in and kind of like pull up this light. And there you go. You got a gradient that looks something like the Spotify gradient. Okay, so you're gonna close the pop-up and you got the color. Okay, so that was pretty cool and also pretty easy to do at the same time. The next thing we want to do is we're gonna add in the UI element. So by UI, I mean the user interface. Basically, everything you see on the screen. So let's go on. You see the text. So good evening, where's my play instrumental. You see a few cards lined up over here. You see some icons. You see some images. So those are the elements on the screen. We're gonna start with the text first. So there's the good evening text. I'm gonna go down here and then I'm gonna say, you're gonna go to the top bar again, like the black one at the top. Click on the text icon and just, yeah, click onto the frame. And that is the word, oh, the text is in black, so you might not see it right away. But you can type your content in and then it will show you. The E is not capitalized, I guess. Good evening. Okay, and you click out of it and then you got your text. I want to change the color of it, so I'm gonna still have it selected. Look at the design tab again. It has everything that's has everything to do with design. You're gonna scroll down again. You're gonna go to fill, the fill tab, and then you're gonna change the color. So like just click onto it, and then if you see at the bottom, there's like a bunch of document colors. So we have a lot of colors on our working space, so it looks super confusing, but I'm pretty sure the white colors is the first one. So I'm gonna click on that. And as you can see, I got the good evening text. So we don't actually have the typeface, the font that Spotify is using, but we can find something that is similar to it. So right now I already have the one which is very similar to what Spotify has. But then if I want to change the font, I'm just gonna go look at the design tab again, and you see there's like a text tab. You can go in and then change the text over here. So there's like a bunch, and you can really preview them, which sucks. But the one thing you can do is that it can go to Google Fonts. So just click on the tab Google Fonts and search for Google Fonts, and then it's going to show you all the Google Fonts that you can preview. Because Figma pretty much has all the Google Fonts in here. You can also like install plugins that will help you kind of like automatically update your computer's font onto Figma, which is pretty cool. So under this text tab, you can do everything to kind of manipulate the text. So as you can see, I think it's bolded on the screen. So I'm going to click bold. And then I have a bold text. I can kind of manipulate the size as well. So I think it's 20. I think 20 is it's pretty close. But yeah, I'm just gonna go with 20, I guess. You can also change the light height. So light height is basically the boxes like containing the space around the text. You can change kind of like the letter spacing. So like how far, how close your letters are. You can change things like alignment. And then these are a little bit more like advanced onto like the interaction thing. So I'm not going to mention it right now. If you click on this dot over here, you can see, kind of preview. You can have it just like cap or not, just be regular. Yeah, so basically a lot of things that you can play with. We're not going to have time to go over all of those. But for now, this is good enough. So the next thing we want to do is I'm going to teach you how to create this Leo card. Okay, so we're going to start with one. So the first thing we realize that it's a rectangle shape. You're going to go to the top bar again. You click on the rectangle. So over here, the icon, and then you already have rectangle selected. you're gonna drag from the top to the bottom. Okay, so just try to line it up. So as you can see, it's very hard to like line it up like this. So you might want, this is where you might want to like add your ruler guide, just to make everything easier. So I'm gonna drag another one right here, right? I can also do like a horizontal one like this. It's just really help lining things up. And somewhere over here. You might be off a few, 1 pixel or so, but I think it's okay. We can deal with that. Okay, let's say I have that, and then I'm just gonna put my box in and try to like see if it fits. Okay, so it fits in this case. I want you to take a look at the card again. So you see they have rounded corners. So you would want it to have the same kind of style. It was really soft on your design, makes everything look nice. What you want to do is that, okay, you have your box selected, right? You're gonna look at the design tab again on your right. And you see like over here, you have the numbers, you have some numbers here, you have your position of the card. So the XY position, you have the width and the height of the card. You have like, like it's the rated position. So it should not be rotating. And then you also have this thing called corner radius, where you can actually manipulate the corner, like how rounded it is. So I would say, let's go with 4. I guess it will be really close. Okay, I guess 4 is the right number. So you can really play around with these to kind of like achieve the effect you kind of want. And then you're gonna have like a box like this. The shape looks okay. I want to change the color, so you're gonna just do the same thing that I taught you with the, with the text. So you're gonna select that box again. You're gonna go into fill, and then you're gonna drop the card color, and then you got a card that looking like that. Okay, so now that looks pretty cool. Okay, one thing you noticed is this. Let's look at this picture. So you see that, the 2 corners over here is kind of like just a regular sharp corners, but over here is rounded. So how do you even achieve that kind of like effect? So usually when you have something like this, it would be an image, and then you can really like do the same thing with the image, like the way you did with a card. So I'm going to teach you kind of a technique that would help with creating something like that. So you're gonna go to your, pre-made assets side, and then you see there's like an album cover image that we already prepared for you, a beach house. So you're gonna click onto that. Okay, you select it to drag it out like this. Okay, so that you can work with it a little bit easier. So you want it to have the same size, like, like the same height with the card. So we're gonna click into it. I think it's group right now, right? Okay, I'm gonna teach you how to ungroup it first. Right now it's grouped with everything over here, which might make it a little bit difficult to work with. So you're gonna click on this thing, like don't really deep click into it, just like click one click, and then you're gonna right click, and then you see like kind of, a lot of selections over here. Look for that ungroup option. You ungroup it. And then now you kind of have this thing over here, just like kind of running on its own, which is a bit easier to work with. Okay, go back to working with this one. So you want to light it up. I'm just gonna light it up like this. Okay, trying my best. And then you're gonna select it. Now you want to scale it down. So in order to scale it, you hold K on your keyboard, or actually you can go to the top toolbars over here, and then click scale. On this K is the picture, so you can just hold shift and then just scale it down so that it's, oh, I don't want that. So that it's kind of like maintain the same ratio. Okay, just scale it down like that. Hold shift. Remember the hold shift, you guys. Trying to line it up. Okay, so okay, that looks like a rectangle. It looks kind of similar to what we have over here. Okay, right now, so I have a picture like this. What I want to do now is I want to create kind of like a box to put the picture in. So the box will have the shape of this weird things that has the two bad corners over here. So I'm gonna go in and create, a rectangle box first. So just click on the line over here, hold shift. So instead of creating a rectangle, you're gonna create like a square. Okay. Try to make it work. Okay. Let's see. Okay, that's close. You got a nice square. You should end up with a nice square. You click onto it. Okay, so the first time you click onto it, you can see that you kind of just selected it. But if you want to go into like a really deep editing mode of this box, you have to click on it multiple times. Okay, so if you click on it multiple times, the corner kind of starts showing the little circles. Yeah, I think so. Circle, in the corner. So if you look at this, you see that's only these two corners around it. So I just gonna select the first one over here. And be really careful, they're really small and tiny. So you want to be really careful clicking on them. And then you want to select the bottom one as well. You would hold shift. So when you hold shift to pretty much like select some multiple things at once. And then you're gonna very carefully click on that circle as well. So I have these two corners selected. I'm gonna go and look at my design tab as well on the right again. And then you see, the vector tab, the vector section, I say. You see the position, you see there's a no mirroring, you don't want that, you don't want to deal with that. You see the corner radius thing. So that means you can change the corner radius thing of those two corners. So I'm gonna go in and I just type in 4. That's what we have for the original card anyway. And then you should have only these two things routed, two corners routed. And once you're done, just go to the top bar and then click done. And then, yay, you have it. But that's not finished. What you want to do is that now we kind of have to put the picture within the box. Okay, because we want the picture to have the same shape that the box has. So what you're gonna do is that you're gonna drag the picture onto the card. So what you see over here that the card actually got underneath. So what you want to do, you want the card to always be on top of the box, right? Because you cannot put anything in the box if you kind of slide underneath. I don't know, just logic. So yeah, you kind of select the pictures over here. You right click, and then you can either choose to bring forward. But if you choose to bring forward, it would just bring you like bring it like one layer forward. So just to be sure, just bring it to front like this. So it will be moved to like the front of, like to the top of the layers. So it's on top of basically every other things. And then you have it, right? Just move it kind of closer. You can see, okay, so they kind of overlap. They have to overlap. Okay, now you're going to do something that is called masking. Masking basically, the act of putting something in the box. So you kind of have to have both the box and then, the picture selected. So to drag to select both of them. Okay, not too much like this. I don't want to go into the full editing mode. Okay, they both selected now. Now you're gonna look at the top bar, and then you see there's like in the middle there's like this kind of moon shape. skull and moon shape over here, and then it's, if you always say use as mask, so we're gonna mask it. Just click on it, and then you see you're gonna put the picture in the box. But then it's a little bit, you know, it's not really nice put in. So you can change the kind of the position of the picture as well. So just click into it to select the picture. Click on the picture to select it, and then just move it so that it's actually fit the box nicely. Okay. So the artwork is a little bit bigger than the rectangle that we have, I'm guessing. Okay, it's a natural square. Okay, so now you kind of got this nice artwork over here that you can put on top of the card. So let's just move that on top of the card and try to have them nicely aligned. Okay, you might see a little bit pixel kind of like pick out over here, but don't worry about that. Okay, I just want to line it up. Oh man. Okay, it's lined up now. Okay, so there's like other things, you know, there's like the titles over here. So we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna add text. I'm gonna add an I don't know, beach house. So you see how when I add the text, it goes like kind of underneath. It's black right now, so you might not see it. I'm gonna change the color very quickly. Let's go underneath like this. It means it's underneath this layer right now. So yeah, to do the same thing, you can either select right click on this, as over here, we can right click on its name and the layers, and then you just say bring to front, just to be safe. And now it's on top. It's on top, it's a little bit too big. So we're just gonna like came up with a size that's gonna, I'm guessing 15. 15 still too big. And nah, I'll say 12. Okay, that looks like it. And I want to bold it. So yeah, to do the same thing, I taught you guys with the good evening thing. Bitch, house, bitch house. And then the thing about Figma that is really show you, it's really like try to teach you how to like align. Not really teach you. It give you guidance on like aligning things. I might also like want to line up the text a little bit better. So I'm going to drag out a guide. Just so I can line it up with the deep sleep underneath. I'll say. I want that deep sleep thing. Oh my god, it's off a pixel. Okay, that's good enough. That's the best I could do. Okay. Oh, that looks like it. Okay, and then now you look at this thing, you might also see that, oh, like we need an icon. This is a full icon. So we're actually not going to have time to go deep into it. I really wanted to teach you guys this, but basically, as I said before, you can add any shape to light, and then you can use pen tool on Figma. You can pretty much create any kind of icons. You can draw these icons by yourself and just gotta add it in. But then we also like gotta have it. We prepared it in advance to use. So it's just gonna go to your pre-access over here, pre-made access, and then oh no, I lost my shuffle icon. It's gone, guys. It's missing. Okay, I guess I'll just teach you how to do it then. I don't know if we have time. Okay, so what you want to do is, you know, you create a shape again. So rectangle, you're just gonna quickly draw it. A rectangle like this. You may want to light it up with the other thing.
The shuffle icon is back.
Is it back?
Yeah. It was hidden.
Like it's back on mine. Oh, was it? Oh, bad. How about other people?
Let me put them.
How about on other people's template? Okay, or you guys can just go to my, just click on my avatar, go to my working space, and just have this thing copy and paste. So copy and paste, just Command C, Command V. I think that's the easiest way you can do it. Or did I? No, I already did. Okay.
Okay, I'm giving every student a icon.
Oh my gosh, all the arrows.
Okay.
I'm so happy. That means you guys are following through.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. It looks like everyone got the icon. That's right, people got the icon.
Nice.
Cool. Thank you, Xiao. People really quickly got the icon.
Someone got their icon by themselves.
Oh, man,
Nice.
it's underneath.
Yeah, it's underneath.
Yeah, okay, so when you drag it in, it's underneath again. So I have to bring it.
Okay, I think I got
Bring it to
everyone have
front.
their icon in the asset.
Okay, that's pretty cool. And then I want to line it up with like, this moon-shaped pool card. So what I'm gonna like drag out a guide again. Like I'm in love with the guide. Boom. So I have that, and then I have this thing. Actually, you should have that because like it's the same size anyway. Oh my god, it's fine. I give up. It's just gonna be right here, and then it should be in the center, like. Okay, I think somewhat like that is good. Okay, so as you can see, you kind of have the card with all these kind of elements. So you see, there's like a thing. If you look at this card, you see that it's created using a lot of basic elements. So you have a picture, you have a shape, you have the text, and you have an icon. So all of these things, so a card like it is called a component or like an element. I say an element is more appropriate. And basically, when you create the cards like this, you don't want to just like go in and kind of like copy and paste this thing so it's all look the same. And then every time you want to edit, something about this card, maybe you want to change the colors, maybe you want to change the icons. Because like you don't want to like go in action to like individual ones to actually, change them. It's a lot of work. What you want to do is that you want to be able to change one element, and then all these similar elements are getting changed as well. So Figma has something pretty awesome called master component. So you can create like a master, and then you can create like, instances of it. So if you kind of change the master, it will also change the instances at the same time. So that's what we're gonna do with like the things that's going on over here. I think, okay. So Chell will take over and teach you how to do that in a second. So I'm gonna stop sharing my screen, and Chell, you can start sharing yours. Oh my god, I realized my face really close. I'm so sorry. You guys have to see that. Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. Okay, shall we can start now? Let's turn out my video this.
Okay, so is my screen visible right now? Okay, great. So hello everyone, good morning, good evening. I'm going to show you how to reuse your asset you created before. So we already got and could you remove your mouse here? Thank you. We already got our little icon here. So what you're gonna do is, use the previous practice window that I made, or you can use any new iPhone 8. It's fine. So select every component here. So we have 4. We have a background, we have a name, a album, and a shuffle. So what we do is we drag it outside, hold Alt, or on Mac, it should be Command, drag out, and it will duplicate it. And now we have a template. So what we're going to do is so if you can see on the top, select this folder. Oh yeah, we need to make it a folder. So select everything in the little card, and right click. There's a group selection or Control G. So click on this. On your layer panel, you can see a group 1 and change it to a card template. Let's say that. So they are grouped together, and on the top you can see there's a create component, which in the 4-diamond shape. This will make your card template duplicatable, and when let's do it and see how that goes. So I made a card template by clicking on the diamond shape, and it turns purple, which means if I hold Alt and click drag it from it somewhere else, and I can double click the text. Let's say beach ball, for example, and you can see I can edit the text, but it doesn't. I cannot change the position of the text. If I want to change the size or the font of it, of the original one, for example, I change it to 14. The child component also change, which makes it easier to maintain the style. So what we're gonna do is drag our card template to good evening. Also our child, yes. So what we're gonna do is hold Alt and drag it again and make 6 of them. Don't worry about the alignment because it's easier to change it. You just drag your mouse over everything, and you will see there is a 9-dot grid on the right bottom, and click on it. It will align everything for you. So if you select everything again, you will see a smaller dash here, a purple smaller dash in between each card, which allows you, it moves like magic. It allows you to arrange every card simultaneously, and you don't need to worry about the alignment anymore. So this is the basic use of the component. And then we'll make the recently played and instrumental text here. So what we're gonna do is select the good evening and click create component or Control Alt K or Command Alt K, and then drag it to somewhere you think it should be. Hold Alt and drag, and then we can change the text whatever we want. Oops. Good morning. Good afternoon. This is just placeholder, so don't worry about that. So so then we'll add the album cover by using the same technique. So let's create select the rectangle tool and drag it, hold Shift, drag it, which keeps the ratio. Play it somewhere here. And let's play it somewhere else, outside this, and hold your Alt. Oh yeah, let's make it a component first. So the single album cover, let's make a component, and you will see on your left panel there is a rectangle 7 or rectangle some number you have, which is the current element. And click on the so open the little folder and hold your text tool and write a name. I need a name. What's the name? Daily lift. Okay, I'll just write this. Daily lift. And it needs to be regular and font 12. And it should be white. So, and we drag the daily lift into the component. So now you can see the two layers are all in purple and they are in the same component. So what we're gonna do is, now we have this component. What we're gonna do is hold Alt and duplicate it. Let's make 6 of them. Again, don't worry about the gap. We just select all of them and change them together. By doing this, when we move our daily lift word, every daily lift word in every component change together. This is the magic of the component. So what we're gonna do is right-click on, select all of them and right-click. This time we are doing frame selection. Okay, right-click and frame selection. And it turns to a frame. And then we drag the frame to the screen we created. Okay, so you can see there's a part of the element are outside the screen, but it's fine. What we're gonna do is just drag the right edge to the right edge of the screen, make it smaller. And then we can, if we want to change the album cover, it's easy. It's select the rectangle in it, the actual rectangle, and on the right there's a fill. Click the fill, and you can change your album cover, whatever you want, solid, image, whatever you want. So for example, we'll just use green for the template, and then what can we do is we can make it interactable. So since Figma is a prototype tool, prototype is not only some pictures stitching together, but you can actually interact with it. You can play with it. So now we have a frame, and in the frame we have 6 rectangle here, 6 album. And what we're gonna do is on the prototype, click on the right top prototype and click on your frame, this frame, and on overflow behavior on the right top, there is a horizontal scrolling, which allows you to scroll left and right. And then click on the right top, there's a present. So if you do that, you can actually scroll it. You can scroll your album covers just like it's on your phone. It's like magic, right? To make it looks nicer, click on the background of the whole canvas, the gray part, and choose the prototype panel and change the device to iPhone 8, which is our current screen, and you can change the background whatever you like. For example, I choose blue. And then, oh yeah, you can also change the model. And then click on the present. Boom. It works like if you have created other frame before, you might want to change the frame you created. So it works like magic. It's just like the real phone. So this is cool. And what we can do more is, so for the instrument part, under the instrument, there is a now. Yes, any question?
Yeah, I have a question. So you know how when you put in that frame selection onto onto it and then you readjusted it because half of it didn't show up.
Yes.
Does it matter if we do it or not? Because it doesn't show up anyways.
You mean the extra part?
Yeah. Do we have to readjust it, or is it okay if we just leave it because you can't see it?
You have to adjust it because you have to adjust the frame size to match it within the screen, within the iPhone 8 screen, because the frame, this rectangle is to restrict the scrolling. We set it a horizontal scrolling. For example, if I change the frame to this big,
yeah,
it probably won't allow you to scroll. So, and also it won't allow you to scroll all the way to the left.
Okay.
So the frame is to restrict the scrolling.
Okay,
yeah.
Sounds good to me.
No problem. And where are we at? Okay, we're making the interaction between two screens. So since we had a final result reference here, or we can use the reference image, it's fine. So hold Alt and drag this over it. Never mind. Just use the final result reference here. Drag the final result reference to here. Now we have a now playing page. I'll move it outside the final group. So now we have a iPhone 8-1 and now playing page. So let's just use the card I made before. So on the final result reference, there is a card. There is a now playing bar. You can drag it, hold Alt and drag it over to the frame you just made. Okay, I realize everything is shifted down, so I just raise it. Don't worry about the alignment because we're teaching interaction here. Oops, Tanya, you probably want to edit on your own layer, on your own page, not the tutor page. Your page is on the third one, I think. And if you want, you can also drag the tab bar, but it's just a placeholder. So imagine we already have it, or let's just drag it over. Okay. So, okay, we have this now. So what we're gonna do is, so imagine you're using Spotify. Usually when you put your finger on this bar and swipe it up, it will show you the now playing page. So what you're gonna do is click on this now playing bar and choose the prototype panel on your right. Design prototype inspect and choose the prototype. So there's an interaction and the plus sign. So click on the plus sign. It will give you a tap arrow none, which means you can select the interaction style. For example, we have a on drag because we want to drag the now playing page out on drag, and we will navigate to the now playing page. This is what we need to do. And you'll see there is a arrow here. This is called connection. And we will select move in. Actually, move in. And imagine it's moved from the bottom. So we select the up arrow here. You can just check. This is a preview. So it looks like this. And go to the present again. And if you hold your mouse on the bottom bar and drag it, it works like your phone. Really cool. But what if you want to make it back? it doesn't move back. So what we're gonna do is you click on now playing page. If you notice, there's a small bump here. So drag it to any frame. Can also create connection. So I drag it to the first frame, and then it shows on tap, on drag while hovering. We're going to choose on drag. We're dragging it down. So in the end, navigate to the first frame. So we choose move out and reverse the direction. So you don't have to always click on the present. You can just switch to a tab because Figma is synchronizing. So it works like this. You hold it just like holding your phone. Very cool. Also, if you think it's too slow or too quick, you can change the time. But remember, in UX design, usually the animation won't exceed 300 ms. Usually below or equals to 300. And yeah, this is the three basic interaction we're telling you. The first one is growing. The second one is move it in and move it out. Works like magic. Anybody have any question?
If you have any other questions, feel free to join the Discord channel, TechBytes Discord channel. We already put a link in the chat, and then you can just ask the questions whenever you like. I think now's a good, yeah.
Sorry. I would just add about the interaction. You can only create interaction between frames. So if you see this icon here instead of the dashed square, this means frame, but this means group. Only frame can be built in prototype, like the pages here.
Shell, somebody's asking you to quickly go over the scrolling again.
Yeah, sure.
Like how you do it.
Who is asking that?
It's Peggy.
Okay, let's see. Peggy, what's your progress? Okay, so now you have this. Let me see. Oh, great. I can see you have all the album cover ready. Nice. And what you want to do is you turn the recently play group to a frame, and you unframe this. Unframe it. Wait, it's a component.
If you click on frame and ungroup it, it will unframe it.
Yeah, where is it?
Maybe ungroup it?
No, it has to be detached to unframe. Okay. So if you click any child component, you can. Okay. Currently, I'm working on Peggy's page. If anybody want to see, go to Peggy's page. On the right, there is a detach instance, and detach it. Oh, it turns to a frame itself. So I will just ungroup it. And then now you have a group. Oh, no, call the group, but actually it's a frame. And you want to change on the right top. If you change the content of the frame, you probably want to put everything in the frame instead of the outside, because sometimes it doesn't synchronize. So on the top, there is a resize to fit. So click on this. So the frame will cover every square here. and she should be able to resize it. Let me see if it works. Yes, it works. I believe the reason why it's showing outside is probably because it's component. I'm not super sure, but we can work with it. Also, if you want to show the iPhone 8 phone, you click on the background, the big background, and prototype device, and choose iPhone 8, and it will change your prototype preview. Any other question? Is that clear?
Yes, she got it.
Nice.
Awesome.
Also,
Okay,
for the recording, sorry, I'm just drawing this page here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the workshop we had today.
Yeah, I also so we just have a little bit of time left. I also want to share some of like a few interesting get a Figma resources that I found. So I think I'll share my screen just really quickly.
I'll stop sharing.
Yeah. This should be my entire screen. Okay, I think that's better. So I think recently Figma came up with something called a community feature. So, it's new, it's still in beta. So basically what you can do is that you can explore other people's files and plugins. So plugins are plugins for Figma basically just add more kind of functionalities to it. So there's a lorem ipsum plugins, there's a contrast restrictor plugins, there's a all kind of plugins. So it's really cool. It really helps you with like working with Figma. But also there's this thing called community. So like, everyone's coming on here and like kind of share their kit. And if you have time, totally check them out. So you see over here, there's also like a file that Spotify can upload it themselves. It's called Spotify Ways of Working Figma. So that's pretty cool. If you kind of like duplicate it, it's going to show up on your kind of local file, and then you can just take a look whenever you want. So if you're looking to learn Figma a little bit deeper, if you have any interest in product design per se, I really recommend, taking a look at all these things and see how they kind of set up, their projects, their teams, how they manage the system. So these things are new, and I think it's really, really cool. I bet if you Google, you can also find a lot of resources related to Figma. So yeah, that's all I just wanted to share for today. We also don't have a lot of time left. So yeah, I'm just gonna stop sharing, and I really want to thank you guys so much for joining the session with us. And I hope you guys have a great night.
And we still have 10 minutes here, so if anyone have any question, just shoot in the chat. And feel free to join our Discord channel. I'll put the link here again. You can ask any question or asking for critique or coding questions in the Discord channel. We will have volunteer to answer your question. Yeah. Meanwhile, I just want to share a little bit more about the interaction. If no one is asking questions, just showing you. I'm not gonna spam you too much on this. So, interaction can be really crazy. Sometimes you can just do anything on it. This is what we had for one of my projects. See how the interaction goes crazy.
This looks so That was so familiar. Every time it locks up my computer, even though it runs on
sometimes
on Chrome.
it's just hard to manage everything. Oh, by the way, actually there is an asset tab that you can click on and check the asset that you use in every pages.
Yeah, so assets are more like where you store components, right?
Yes. You can access your component in asset panel. It can use cross pages. So if you create a asset component in page 1, you can use it in page 2, and you can even create a page for it's called asset component. So every component is stored in that page. So your other page will remain clean.
This is really cool stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're looking to host more Figma sessions in the future. So if you're in our Discord channel, you'll probably see sessions like that. So yeah, if you're interested to check it out. And I think that's pretty much everything for today, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you guys just shall we go ahead?
No, I'm just saying if you guys want to say anything like how's COVID treating you?
Christian said, "Damn, that looks so cool." I think she meant your prototype.
Email. Yeah, sure. This is my email if you prefer email, but I type it in the chat. But I suggest you use the Discord channel to send questions because that's less formal, you know. You don't have to hey, good morning and thank you and your name. That's too formal.
Yeah, just pop in, send us free meme to stay time.
Yeah,
we
can also
we look at memes to stay alive, basically. Okay, guys, so we're just gonna end the session here, I think. So yeah, just thank you guys so much, and thanks Jennifer for hosting this. Really great chance to be able to share this with more people.
Yeah, thank you, Jennifer.
And yeah. Jennifer, talk to us.
So I guess everybody you all have the Discord link, so feel free to always ask questions. If you don't want to get Discord, there's the email that just sent above. Always feel free to contact my social media as well, or like just the SFSS general one. The workshop recording, once it's uploaded, I will email it to everybody who signed up for the workshop. So don't worry, you'll get it to review later. Yeah, thank you for coming. Feel free to always reach out if you have questions. I'm just gonna end the meeting for everybody. Can you stop recording? And then I'll end the meeting for everybody so you don't have to like awkwardly leave.